Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome, Chris back with the second part of my series, Fragrances Nobody's Talking About. 5 fragrances nobody's talking about, and the first part started with my bare feet on the ground, second part starts with the sky, so you gotta keep it, diverse, you gotta keep it interesting, right? And not only the scenery or the start of the actual shooting goes into that direction, but also my choice of 5 fragrances nobody's talking about, because this time I'm trying to keep it even more geographically versatile, because the 5 fragrances I'm going to be presenting to you are all coming from 5 different European countries, obviously representing 5 different designers. So which are these countries? We have France, we have Sweden, we have Italy, we have Germany, and we have Greece in here. So let's get started. First fragrance is a fragrance from the house of Daniel Hechter. And it's called Contact. It came out in 2003, and it's a perfect example of what I call a back pocket fragrance. Back pocket fragrance is there to fit in your back pocket, right? There you go. You just pick it out, and the purpose is for you to get refreshed in a second. And this is exactly what this fragrance stands for, in my opinion. It is a nice, aquatic, fruity fragrance. It's not that long lasting, it doesn't invent anything new, but it's extremely positive. The mood, the vibe that you get from this fragrance is so uplifting, so nice, so casual, that you really want to put this in your back pocket when you do a picnic, or when you just go to the sea or to the lake, or when you just hang out with friends, you have a barbecue, whatever. You just reapply this from time to time, 2-3 hours, and then you're a happy man, right? The peach that is in here, the watermelon, and the aquatic aspects together with some light woods make this a great aquatic fruity fragrance that I just really like, and I use exactly for these occasions. Maybe playing probably football as well, something like this is great for doing sports. So it is really something that I use on casual occasions. Daniel Hechter, Contact, in my top 5. Nobody's talking about this juice in the community at all. Spot number 4, Sweden, representing Sweden, the house of Oriflame. We all know Oriflame, they do some great juices, great fragrances. This is definitely one of them. Voyager Spirit. It's a green juice. There's a simple Voyager, or there's a basic Voyager available as well. This is Voyager Spirit, and it's all about mastic. Mastic is a Mediterranean shrub or resin that smells very much green, very much like pine. So when you smell this, this is a tremendously refreshing green pine, kind of pine-like fragrance, okay? Again, casual, daytime, casual, weekend, extremely natural smelling, extremely green smelling. Performance, again, is not a 10-hour performance here, but you're happy to reapply because the top notes are very much refreshing and very much invigorating as well. The greenness is very natural. Could be almost like if you smell it, you could, and somebody would say this is a new Hermès edition. You could fall for it. You could fall for it because it's masterfully, very skillfully blended, this fragrance, and therefore it had to make my top 5. Interestingly, nobody's talking about this, and this mastic ingredient, this mastic component, is so rare or rarely used. They use many other things, but mastic is not something that you see very commonly in fragrances. It's you see a lot of moss, pine, all these things, fir. But it definitely makes this a bit more interesting than your usual green take. So Voyager Spirit from Oriflame from Sweden, very much a juice we need to talk about more, because this is a nice green fragrance. Spot number 3, ladies and gentlemen, you may recognize the shape. It's a classic Pinot Silvestre shape from Italy, and this one is called Rainforest. Pinot Silvestre has a whole series out of different fragrances. Underwood, there's some oud stuff going on, Sport and Pinot Silvestre Extreme. This is the one called Rainforest. And if you're an old enough fraghead, fragrance enthusiast, you will have a reaction if I say to you a name, if I tell you a name of a fragrance that was around in the early 90s. Sumatra Rain. Sumatra Rain smells like Rainforest. This is somehow the re-edition of Sumatra Rain to me. Very lush, very fruity, very positive. You can use, you spray this on you and you smile. You don't have to spray it on you. It's a fruity, light woody fragrance. Some classic components are in there, ingredients like maybe lavender, but the whole thing is slightly sweet and extremely fruity. It's a fruit bomb. It's like it could be called tutti frutti as well, because it smells like tutti frutti. It smells like Sumatra Rain, the fragrance, the good old fragrance, discontinued Sumatra Rain. This is exactly what I get from that. The name Rainforest, well, if you imagine the colorful diversity you find of trees, plants and animals in a rainforest, then that's something that is matching here, because if you smell this, many colors start to pop up in your head, like orange, green, maybe red, blue, yellow, all this, all together. This is how it smells. Pinot Silvestre Rainforest, definitely something to look at, and why people are not talking about it, I don't know. It's fantastic. Spot number 2, ladies and gentlemen, release of the house of S. Oliver, Germany, 2007. Selection is the name, and this juice, classy cloves at the beginning, warm cloves, and a fantastic, tremendous mandarin orange. But really, the mandarin is outstanding with the clove. There's some nutmeg in there as well. It keeps it warm, juicy, fresh, and just extremely well blended. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, is long lasting, lasts you entire day with 4, 5, 6, 7 sprays. It will last you the entire day, and I can hardly find a fragrance on this at this price level that smells better than S. Oliver's Selection Man. There's a female part as well. This is the men's version, obviously. This is the 30 ml, perfectly fits into your pocket. It's just, you know, I love these type of fragrances and these type of bottles that you don't have to mess around much with, but they're great to carry around in your pocket or in your bag or wherever you want it. This is also suitable for work. This is not only casual. You can use this for work because it's just so uplifting, and you will get definitely compliments. I bet you will get tons of compliments if you go in the morning. It's a daytime fragrance, by the way, both casual and professional. Selection Man by S. Oliver had to be in my top 3 on spot number 2, actually. Fantastic, great job by the German house. Actually, let me check, made in Germany, right? Yes. Okay, and the last one I discovered last year in Greece. It's a Greek house, the house of Korres, and they have received a fragrance called 20 L'Eau de Parfum. You may see it. It's very difficult because it doesn't really have a label to it. But yeah, maybe this way. And maybe if I put my fingers away, you will see it. Yeah, there you go. Okay? 20 L'Eau de Parfum. First I was reading it 2.0, but I think this is 20 L'Eau de Parfum. That's the name, okay? So what is it all about? Grab your seats. Grab your seats, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to tell you something. This fragrance is the very best rose booze, meaning alcohol themed alcohol beverage themed fragrance I have ever come across, both in the creativity of the smell as well as the performance, longevity, silicon projection. Out bloody standing. This juice, if you want to smell deep, vivid rose, romantic, vivid rose paired up with a great, in this case, a whiskey note. Don't look further. Don't look further. This juice is outperforming any rose booze themed fragrance I have ever come across. And you can imagine, I've seen this at Athens airport last year, and I just sniffed it, and I was it was hooked. I was hooked. It's very rare that I wear this, because this is more for, you know, kind of romantic type of opera or a nice romantic dinner. So definitely a special event kind of smell. Very seductive, very, very powerful. It is like a deep romance that, you know, it is so it's almost like a Shakespeare book or a Shakespeare tale that is just grabbing you, and then, you know, you're swirling into this fantastic story as you read the book. This is something that you get involved with. This it's much more than Ungaro 3 with the rose and the vodka. That's more Dracula type of thing. This is much more about passion and class and less commercial than Ungaro 3. And instead of vodka, you have whiskey here, which pairs up better with the rose. Yet nobody talks about this fragrance. Nobody talks about it. This is a complete and utter masterpiece, and this is how it made my top 5 on spot number 1. Korres 20 L'Eau de Parfum, or 20, I will never figure it out, but it is stunning. So that was my 5 fragrances, 5 different countries: Daniel Hechter, Contact, Oriflame, Voyager Spirit, Pinot Silvestre, Rainforest, S. Oliver Selection Man, and Korres 20 L'Eau de Parfum. 5 fragrances nobody's ever talking about. I have never mentioned them before. It was time that I did. And there you go. That was it for today. And I might be back with more of these themed reviews, because they seem to be gathering some interest. I'm definitely interested in picking them up, rediscovering them, and starting to use them as well. It is also important that we do not concentrate on your mega sellers, high sellers, and most popular fragrances all the time. You need to take a look, widen your horizon, take a new look at fragrance, designer fragrances, and discover or rediscover some juices that you thought never existed, or you forgot about them, or, you know, they're worth it. And so that's my mission also, okay? So see you soon with another fragrance review of this type, and also other type of fragrance reviews. That was Chris, and I'll be back with more. Take care and see you soon.